I'm Bryan Jungling, PGA number 85147. We're here at McKay Park in Pendleton, Oregon, home of the Wheat City Throwdown. I'm getting ready to play my fourth Wheat City tournament. This is where it all started back in 2016. And I wanted to give you guys a quick look at what is in my bag for the 2019 season. Starting with my putters, I putt with the medium blend Gauntlet. I like the Gauntlet because it's slightly overstable for my style of putting. It seems to work really well, and I love the fact that I was able to pick up a couple team stamped 64s. For my approach Annie putter, I use the Prime Deputy. This is actually a tournament stamp that I just got from a cherry fling tournament in the Dalles, Oregon a couple weeks ago, and I'm just breaking this in. But I really like this for Annie turnover lines, anything inside about 150 feet. Moving on to my mids, I carry a couple different mids. The EMAC Truth, pretty much for all of my straight shots. EMAC Truth is actually my first ever dynamic disc. So this Lucid here has been in the bag going on 3 years now, almost about 3.5. And then I had to pick up a Pizza Kitty Dymax. This cat actually looks just like one of the cats at my house, so it's a good reminder as I'm tossing it. Two of my favorite things, pizza and cats. And then my other next up in stability is a Lucid X Verdict. Just picked this up a couple weeks ago, so this is my newest addition to the bag. But I really love this when I need something just a little bit more overstable than my EMAX. And then probably my main approach disc inside 200 feet. I love the Anvil. Used to bag a Justice, took that out of the bag, went to the Anvil because I like the beadless feel for my forehands, and then also just hyzer shots. So this is an SE blend, special edition that I got when they first came out, and then I picked up one of the custom hybrids from the Lat 64 store, and so those are probably my most used approach discs. So moving on from there, in stability, you go with my understable fairways. I throw the Lat 64 Fury in gold line. Again, nice big Annie turnover shots. And then when I need something not quite as understable, I'll go to an SE Maverick. Really love the SE plastic. You're gonna see that in I carry that in several different molds. After that, I throw the Getaway, probably my most used fairway. I use this on probably primarily 60 to 70% of the holes that I'll play. Again, SC plastic. I got two, pretty much same color, same stamp, or same weight. These are 172s. And then when I need something just a hair more stable, this is a hybrid that I actually dyed myself blue to obviously match my color combo. With the, again, the Grand Ron Open stamp from our tournament. And then the next step up from there is the Felon. I got a nice Fusion Felon that sat in the water in Las Vegas for a year, so I just got this back this year. So it's pretty beat up. It flies almost like my hybrid Getaway. And then I have an Eric Oakley Lucid X Felon. I use this primarily, again, forehand shots 250 feet and in. I'll use this on a really tight hyzer where I need something to skip. I use that quite a bit. And the Triple X, I use this primarily for thumbers or overhand shots, tomahawk shots. I'll use it for some forehand approach shots as well, sometimes when I don't need it maybe to go quite as far as the Felon. From there, we go to my primary drivers. Mainly, I used to throw the Latitude 64 Flow. It's still probably my number one driver. This here is a Lava. This is my most understable. I can throw this out, throw it flat. It's gonna sort of turn over and even hold that turnover pretty much most of its flight. Then I have a gold line. This has been in my bag for almost 3 years. This is pretty much just a dead straight shooter with just a nice little fade at the end. And then I have a Joshua Childs tour stamped flow with the sparkle opto, super domey, nice and beefy. This is I can throw this out and I'm going to get a nice dependable fade at the end. So I really love that stamp too. So like I said, that's my primary driver. However, this year I recently picked up a musket. I was down at the Memorial in Arizona and I lost a couple flows in the water. I grabbed a musket, I threw it, and the guy on my card's like, holy smokes, that thing goes far. This thing is so glidey, and so I came home from Memorial. I went onto the Lat 64 page. I picked up this really cool custom stamp with a pirate in the optoplastic, and then just a couple weeks ago I was able to buy a couple of these off of Facebook. This is the Bowling Green Am Championship Gold Line musket. So I bagged 2 of these because this has quickly become one of probably my main distance driver off the tee. Recent addition, probably the most recent addition to my bag, is the West Side Fortress. When I need something just a step up in stability, I need to be able to throw a nice wide hyzer and have it just come back in and depend on that fade every time. And just today in our practice round, I found these to be really dependable. So this here is a hand-eye stamp fusion, and then I have a VIP that I dyed blue. Picked these both up on a trade via the Trilogy Traders page, and like I said, they've been a nice addition to the bag. And then last but least is the new Opto first run recoil. The recoil is super overstable, super beefy. Honestly, it's probably more disc than what my arm really does. I feel like my arm is a 10 to 11 speed is the best for me to get max distance and great control. But this recoil, when I need something just even more beefier than that Fortress, that's my in the bag, the disc that I'll be carrying pretty much all season. There's a few little things that I add sometimes, like a recycled bolt if I need something super flippy, but for the most part, this is pretty much consistent. A few other cool little gadgets that I carry. I obviously got my Latitude 64 Mini. Obviously towels. Just recently picked up this really cool pound bag on a trade with a friend. But you gotta always carry your towels. Of course, always got to represent DD. It's been a great company to me for tournament sponsorships, retail sales, things like that I've been working with them. Recent pickup, the Quick Stick. It's great to grab discs out of trees, grab discs out of water. This is coming really handy. So that's just sort of, like I said, some of the other things. Obviously, Lat 64 or DD scoreboard. You always got to keep one of those in the bag as well. But that's my bag. I'm excited to be here. Like I said, this is where it all started back in 2016, right here at McKay Park, Pendleton, Oregon. If you ever get a chance to get out this way, check out Wheat City Throwdown, typically first weekend or second weekend in May. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions, hit me up on Facebook, and more than happy to answer any questions that you have about the discs that I carry.